Hello, my true crime lovelies. How are you? I hope you are well. Good to see you. Happy Monday. I've got a Barry Morphew update. He's had some legal counsel file notice of appearances on his behalf. Some of you had asked if he had the same attorney as last time when the charges were dismissed without prejudice. He does not. The prior attorney's name is I was going to say was, but I think it's still her name. Iris Eaton or Eitan, Eytan. I found her. She made a comment when the charges were dismissed before. He's got two new who have filed in, so we're going to get into those. But first, we're going to play the intro, and I will see you on the other side. All right, here we go. So, and these are filed as limited appearance. I am not sure if that's how they're normally filed in Colorado. I'm just giving you that information. It may or may not mean anything at all. But just so you know, it's a limited entry of appearance, is what it's called. Some places have an NOA, notice of appearance. We've seen that in our Florida cases. Her name is Jane Fisher Brylson. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. Hereby enters her appearance in this matter on behalf of Barry Morphew and hereby requests copies of all filings, discovery, and case related information. That was submitted last week on Wednesday, on the 25th of June. And I checked her out, and she seems to be on the up and up. So she's barred in several places, meaning she has a bar, not she's forbidden. She's licensed to practice by the bar in multiple places. I should have said that better. And one of them is New York, but also in Colorado. If you've ever heard of the Central Park Five, or they rebranded themselves the Exonerated Five after they won their case and they, were proven to not be involved in that crime. She represented Corey Wise. Corey Wise was the oldest of the boys, and so he unfortunately had to go to grown-up jail and suffered horrible abuse there. I don't want to go into that one, but if you are familiar with that case, that's who she represented. I checked out the New York bar site and the Colorado bar site. She has no disciplinary action and, in fact, seems to be an exemplary attorney, which I'm here for. I thought I'd look them up first since we're finding out about attorneys' bad behavior later. Although I did look Owens up first. Yeah, it just for some reason I miss Dawn. That's who I'm thinking of, but we got her, girl. We see you. So Jane H. Fisher Brylson has an extensive litigation experience in state and federal courts and has also been very effective in the negotiation of dismissals and reduction of charges in a variety of cases, including complex fraud, money laundering, so white collar criminals, right? Narcotics conspiracies, and more. Jane has negotiated large settlements in civil rights cases, most notably a settlement of $12,250,000 for Corey Wise, who was exonerated after serving 13 years and 4 months. Imagine that. They got him out of high school, and he was in there 13 years in prison. She's been appointed counsel in a number of death penalty cases, all of which resulted in life sentences. So she avoided the death penalty. She's also I don't know what the right word is, but she is death penalty eligible in California. Like, she's able to try those cases. I may not be saying it right. She went to college in Minnesota, graduated cum laude in 1999 with a BA in political science. Then she went to George Washington University Law School in DC and graduated in 2003. And then you can see she's got a lot of, she is admitted to practice law in New York, Colorado, Maryland, the District of Columbia, the Eastern and Southern Districts of New York, the District of Colorado, and the 2nd and 10th Circuits. She has been admitted on pro hoc vice status in the Western District of Texas and the Eastern District of California on death penalty cases. Pro hoc vice, that's what I was looking for. So she's also a member of the Danish organization True Crime Agency, which includes various experts in the field of criminal defense, investigation, journalism, and more. So I feel like her background exemplifies, like, you want as a defendant to have zealous representation. She's packing. She can come in and give you that zealous representation. So that's who she has. And I'm a fan of justice. I want Barry to have a fair trial. So I'm glad he has good representation. Good for him. So our second person who has signed in on the case is David Beller. Let me see. Can I make that a little bit bigger for you guys? Yeah. So same thing. He's asking for the records discovery. He's coming in a limited manner. And he is in Colorado, but he's also licensed to practice elsewhere. He's also in the family. At least that's what one of the websites is claiming. He's listed on a gay net lawyer website. So he got top 40, under 40. By all accounts, seems to be a shining star. He specializes in compliance law. So some of you know I used to be a compliance auditor for a bank. And so I dealt a lot with compliance law lawyers, but specific to U.S. regulatory banking laws, right? He has, and I mention that because I'm wondering if between the woman that we just looked at, whose name just left my mind, Jane, and she's known for exonerating, right? Helping people become exonerated. And then you have him with compliance if they're looking to poke holes, because we know we had a faulty prosecutor last time, to the point, right, that woman has now been disbarred. I'll do a separate video on her. So I'm wondering if they're looking to get Barry out on a technicality. You guys let me know what you think, but let me read his background, his bio. So he specializes in criminal defense, attorney, and judicial discipline and internal investigations. He represents individuals and organizations involved as targets, subjects, or witnesses in state and federal criminal investigations and related grand jury and pretrial proceedings, including antitrust actions. David brings a depth of experience in managing crisis-level regulatory and criminal matters, as well as in advising clients on how to structure compliance programs so as to help avoid such problems. So, like, if he had banking regulatory, he would come in and help at the bank that I worked at, help us set up our compliance things. Fun fact, one of the things I had to do, we had an audit and it didn't go well, and I got to help set up the compliance program to help us be compliant with the law. I know that sounds complicated, but it was straightforward. Basically, like, the area that I worked on was training, and so were people getting the adequate training for the level that they were at, whether they were a teller versus an associate vice president or vice president or president, was the training appropriately tailored to them, and I helped build the training program. So he would come in before an audit and look at things like that, and like, what does your training program look like? What is your KSA or KYC, know your client, whatever it was, like preemptory, they would look at it and say, here are the things that you need to look out for. Here's where we recommend you tighten up. So I'm wondering if he's coming in, he's going to look at what the grand jury indictment stated, what they proved. I mean, it's going to be hard with the BAM evidence, but I mean, defense's job is to poke holes in what the prosecutors are bringing, right? So he sounds like he's packing and ready, locked and loaded, I should say. So he's defended actions throughout Colorado, worked opposite both municipal and state prosecutors. He's worked, I know he worked in the district attorney's office. Excuse me. David served as president of the Colorado Criminal Defense Bar, proudly serving 1,000 criminal defense lawyers, paralegals, and investigators. He is a frequent guest lecturer. So is Jane. They both talk and give speeches at different places and are booked as speakers frequently. Since starting his legal career, he's consistently been recognized as one of Denver's premier attorneys. In 2007, he was named by Law Week magazine as one of Denver's top 20 up-and-coming lawyers. He has been recognized as one of Denver's criminal defense lawyers and super lawyers. I don't know. Maybe that's important. I'm always hesitant of like the super and the duper and the, because there's this one true crime, and I can't think of his name, but he was a doctor and he got listed in one of these magazines, and then he got listed in a video of like top 20 doctors, and it turned out to be kind of a pay to play type of thing. So hopefully this is legitimate, the super lawyers, and it's not one of these like you pay and they put your picture in there. But I will say neither of these two have any smudges on their record, if you will. And I feel like that's always good, especially for, oh, here it is. He was a Colorado state public defender prior to joining his current firm, Recht Kornfeld. Yeah, he's a Colorado native, attended school in Fort Collins, earning a Bachelor of Science in Public Health, Biomedical Science in 1999, and his JD in Ohio in 2004. In 2007, he joined Recht Kornfeld and was made a partner in 2011. So it seems like Barry is going to be in good hands. They seem on the up and up, which is always a good thing. And yeah, so that's who's weighing in for him. I'll do more research on what it means to have the way the appearance is listed on here. Limited entry of appearance. Does that mean anything, or is that just like pro forma? That's how they all kind of get on the record as representing someone. What do you guys think of the attorneys? Let me know down below. I'll talk to you later. Toodles.